Hello, folks, and welcome. I'm Kai, the Crafty Kai, and today's video is all about prepping and for my Etsy smaller business launch. I'm trying to get some of my product testing done, and I have some designs that I've done for the stickers, and so I want to make these out of clay, and I'm going to do some couple of different variations. I'm going to show my stickers up. The process in designing that was done in August, and I kind of just like had fun with it, and I love the colors that came out. That's very much inspired with cats. My cat, my previous cat, and ones that I know closely. And so I'm going to be starting off with the visors, as I call them, because we have Terror Visor, all know Supervisor, Silly Visor, and then the Cuddle Visor. And they're all inspired by cats I know personally, and I found that their personalities really suited that style, which you've already seen is Sly and Felix. And from my previous video when I was making the figurine, it's like memento desk buddies for my friend, and I took that as an inspiration too to make the Silly Visor and the Cuddle Visor, because those were the characteristics that really associate with them. So that's kind of where the inspiration came from, these set of stickers. And my whole theme for this launch, as you'll see throughout this month of September, is pretty much cats. I figure for an October launch, Halloween kind of style decor and cutesy stuff, cats are a big fan, it's a big fan favorite. So I thought it would it just aligned that cats inspired me to create my cat. Gretchen inspired me to create some of really cute things and she continues to inspire me. So for this product testing, I want to do these are round stickers. If you saw the examples, I'm going to have them up here, but I basically want to do a cookie cutter shape. Now this is 3 inches across, so I thought that would be perfect because it's going to dry down a little bit. And then to do the 3-dimensional, I'm either thinking I might do 2 versions, and I'm going to either do a flat cookie shape and then paint the cats on. And then I want to do a 3-dimensional one to see which one I like more. Because they'll have a consistently same body shape. I kept them all the same, but the painting style of each is different per the cat. Because I thought that was just for production and creating these pieces, it was going to be a simpler process to have different versions of colors and then have a base shape. So I have this version to make magnets. I got a couple from Amazon, and they're a lot smaller than I was expecting. These are very teeny, and I don't know if they would hold up. I think I would have to put at least 2 in there. So I don't know. I'll test this out for the simple cookie one. And then I got ones that I thought would be bigger, but they may or may not be stronger. So I might be able to put 1, but if it's for the 3-dimensional piece, I'll have to see. Keychains is the other part of this collection. So I've got my loops and my, whatever these clasps are called. And I have some, I don't know the terminology of these things. What is it? Eye wire? No. Whatever these are. These little eye holes. Eye holes? Yeah. Anyways, eye pins. That's what it is. Eye pins. So I'll be putting those in. And I might keep them longer. I don't know. Again, testing some stuff out to see how I want to create these. And then, of course, I got all these new supplies wire cutters and jewelry making stuff to help me with the keychains. So that's what this collection pieces are going to be. They're going to have 4 different types for this to represent Terror Visor, Supervisor, Cuddle Visor, and Silly Visor. And then I'll have the 3-dimensional pieces for the keychains and the stickers too, because like I just want to have a good set of price range for my products. But I'll say, if you would like to hear the story backgrounds of Gizmo, was my cat I had him for 14 years and he passed away in 2022, and I had him since I was 19. And it was like the first pet that I adopted on my own, and I had him for every move I made, a lot of like adventures. But he was I would call him my therapy cat. But he would get into so many things. He would be this little terror getting up on the counters. I'd find him on the stove. I would just like any places. I'm like, what are you like, Gizmo? What are you doing? He could be very mischievous. And so my mom used to call him Gizmo la Terreur, which is terror in French. And when I moved in the region and stayed with her for a little bit, he would go up on our kitchen counter, which she wasn't too impressed. And that's where that nickname came out. But yeah, so he kind of influenced it, and he's going to be my first one because I think it just fits well that I focus on Gizmo, the Terror, and do that one as my first magnet. So I want to roll out a slab, and I'm going to use these as my dimensions. These are dowels that are about 3/8, 3/8 of an inch. And so I'm going to place that and then roll out my clay. And let's get started on this. I will see you on the workboard. Okay, I have one keychain. I wasn't sure how this was gonna, like, how do I make something two-dimensional, three-dimensional because of the way I drew it, but I think it turned out pretty cute. So this is going to dry, and I might like just trim around it and fix some things once it's dry. I put the eye pin in it already, so when it contracts as it's drying, it will shrink down and hold it. But I think it's turned out pretty cute. I'm gonna paint it like Gizmo, the Terror Visor. So I think that's it for today. I'm gonna come back once it's fully dry, as well as for the magnets, and see how those little magnet cookies go. And then it's just like trim and paint. So it's been about a week that I had started the production. I forgot how slow it can be for waiting for this to air dry, and I was trying a different few methods. I did put it in the wet box, and what did it do? I kept it wet, even with the lid off. So then I took the bat out and put the cookie magnets on so that the plaster would help like absorb it and make it so that they dry out more flat, so that they don't curl a bit. Now they do they do have a bit of it's like concaving a bit, but I kind of lean them to being like cookie magnets. So I'm going to leave them. I also have the keychains. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, but I have to figure out one set version. I had to figure out how I wanted to recreate it and see if I can find tools that would help me in the making process. Like initially, while this was still wet, it felt lighter. I know this one feels heavier, and this is the first one. did them with like different tail design. I think it'll be fun to have some different character feels of the cat, like different cat movements. So I'm going to do the painting of these 5. Again, setting myself up as 2, getting the right production techniques. And, you know, the more progress, the more advanced I will be able to grow my skill. And I have all my paint colors in acrylic, but I have, I did pick up, I went to DeSeris over the week and I picked up some titanium white paint to see if I can find some that is bigger, like thicker consistency. So I'm going to go grab that. Alrighty. I didn't do a little something different with my hair today. My hair, you know when your hair gets to an in-between growing stage? Well, it's in that in-between growing stage where it's a little too short and it like my sensory issues when it comes to my hair touching my face is really high these days. So I have to get it out of my eyes and I do this. If not, if it'd be long enough to sweep back, I would do it. I usually grow it out for toque season or beanie season. So let me throw it on. We'll see if it's cold enough. But going back to this product development of the Visors mini collection, a lot has happened because it's been probably 3 weeks since I touched this. I was really fully concentrated on doing my shop ones for Etsy, and I kind of pivoted on what I wanted the products to be. So this took, this went on the back burner, and I decided I didn't quite like what was happening, what I was creating. I wasn't enjoying it, and that's where I was losing motivation. I made a few, like 5 versions of these. I was painting it progressively. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like how the paint was showing. I didn't like doing the full body. And then the magnets themselves are too small for this shape. So it was overall not a good blend of things that were happening. And Gretchen, the supervisor is in, and she's unruly today. Nice. Easy. Yes. So I had made 5 more of these, you know? But now what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to do a test of how breakable they are, because that should be part of product development, right? Because I do like the thickness of this when I'm making it, and this time I'm going to change the shape because I really like the Keychain kitties are turning out really cute. I like the shape and form that they're doing. So those will remain the same. I just need to paint them. I have 2 more to make to show all 4 versions because these will be more made to order. And then the magnets, I'm going to do actually a set of 4 together because they're going to be smaller to fit these magnets that are in here. So that's the plan. I changed it up. I had my sketches, which I left my book upstairs. I'm going to grab that. But what I wanted to have fun was testing out how breakable these are and from what distance will they crack. So I'm going to go get some safety glasses. I'm probably going to put on my headphones because, again, I have auditory sensory processing sensitivities, and it's loud, it cracks, it's going to bother my ears, and I'm highly sensitive these days. So this is one of the things about like being neurodivergent, which I have mentioned it last on my Etsy shop, is that I have to manage these and manage my energy and try to get these done. So I'm gonna go get some safety glasses, put on my headphones and music, and let's try to see what they break into. And once I collect the magnets, and these are just, I can repurpose, I'll be able to recycle the clay, which at one point I'm going to get to a video of doing that. But I'll recycle the clay, I'm going to get the magnets out, and then I'll roll out some of the clay, because I do have some cookie cutters that I found. Actually, no, these are modeling tools. I gotta go grab a couple things, and let's get into the first part of breaking these magnets open. This video is going to be all over the place because I started 3 weeks ago, there's been pause, and now we're really moving forward. But that's all part of developing a product in a sense, and I have a business way of going about with my artistry in some sense when it comes to shop focus art, and how do I want to progress? How do I want to create it? And so I ended up listing out how we would make it to be like, maybe this will help me if I do procedures. It did not. Now I'm going to have to change up my procedures. But all in all, the root cause was that I just didn't like what I was making. And I have to enjoy it. I want to have fun with my make. So, learn. Just learning curve. So these are the 3 iterations of the visor magnets. As you see, I didn't complete those. These ones did not turn out as great because of the resin. And I didn't like how they were kind of coming together. And I'm trying to hold this but they're all somewhat sticky on the back. And this one, see, look at that. That is not good. Oh no. That would be the whole paint just coming off. So that's what I didn't want. And then this is the final product. I love how these look. And they have the magnets on the back, so they won't have the likelihood of the paint peeling. And it's because these didn't cure correctly. This has the issue too. This one doesn't because I didn't get the back painted or cured in time, but I also wanted to make sure that the paint looked great for all of 4. And it just makes it like a really cute collection that they look like moons and stars, because I actually used a moon crescent sculpting cutter, and then I did the same for this and then added stars. I cut up a star to get to this point. So I didn't get any videos of that. I was just wanting to get through the creation of these, and overall it shrunk down in size, but I think because they're now a set of 4 rather than individual, it worked out really great. Okay, and here we have the Visor Keychains. I'll just do a little close-up perusal. This will focus better. There you go. I really wanted to get that look and feel of it being ceramic and how it's not always as opaque because it burns away in the kiln. So the gouache paints really helped to emphasize that look. So this is the silly visor version, because look how silly his face is. And then we have Terror Visor, little green eyes, and trying to replicate like a tabby cat coloring. Focus on this. Yeah, that tabby cat coloring was a little bit difficult to paint and try to get the layers right, but I used a acrylic pen to get some of these details in. So this is the Terror Visor. Next up, we've got Supervisor. I really like how the colors really came together on this one. And then I added a bit of like orangey creams in the white fur because I find that is usually the case. It's not pure white. I forgot to show the bottoms of all of them, but they do have little paws, little booty hole. And yes, the attitude on this one is really great. So, and then last but not least is the cuddle visor. This one's a little bit harder to see because of the black on black, but it ended up being more of a black gray that I used so that, or medium black that I used so that I could get the pen to show more of the details close up. So you can see that here. And yeah, that is how these guys all turned out. I'm really happy. Oh, they're so cute. How can you not? I love how they look all together. We're now at the end of this product development journey. This started, what are we now? November 4th. And it's already launched right now. But the visors product development was very lengthy. I did not expect it to be this long, but I started it back in end of August, beginning of September is when I was fully trying to get this work. And throughout this whole video, you'll see I had, from the initial introduction, it's kind of really changed and evolved. I had 3 iterations. The third one was the charm on how I wanted the magnets to come, not to come, but how the magnets I wanted them to be realized, because the first version, the cookie version, I didn't want it to exactly match the sticker after all, because I wanted variations of these products. Like you can see it's the collection as a whole, but then you can choose if you want magnet style, if you want a keychain, or you just want to have a sticker. So I think that was the best way to go. But then it was then to try to develop the magnets. Like, what am I going to do? Okay, I did the cat heads, but trying to sculpt each one individually, I tried using like a round cookie cutter. Didn't work. It was when I went down one morning and I had already pre-cut these clay pieces out of testing some of the other sculpting cutters that I had, which was for moons and stars and just regular circles. And I looked down in the damp box or wet box, and I saw the shape of the cat as you flip the moon over. So that really helped visualize what I needed to do and to simplify process steps, like how do you create these and all that. Like, I very have a logical brain when it comes to my artistry sometimes, especially when it comes to pottery and having to be like, how can I create this effectively but still have a really cute piece at the end? So that's how it came to be. I'm so excited that I finally was able to launch this collection. I tried to do this for my shop lunch in October. Wasn't ready. So I've been really putting a lot of time and effort in October to get these all finalized and to make them look like they are kiln fired pottery pieces. Although I don't have, access to kilns for these pieces yet, maybe in the future I'll be able to do exactly how I imagined them to be. But for now, I love how they turn out with the air dry clay and the gouache. Gouache painting was absolutely a gold find to make that wash kind of way that ceramic glazes burn away. So it just, and then when I put that top coat of UV resin, that was it. That was a final little check mark I needed to do and figure that out. Oh my gosh, the day I went outside and tried to do that on the second version of the Visors collection, not a good idea to try to do UV resin for the first time outside. It was cloudy, but the resin was curing and I was just making a mess. Oh, it was not enjoyable. So that set me back to like, oh, this feels overwhelming. I procrastinated longer because I just wasn't feeling comfortable enough to tackle adding like UV resin. Like I had never worked with this product and I just wasn't sure how it turned it out after this, the first time I messed up. So I had to really push myself to kind of like overcome that. I'm going to mess up these pieces. They're not going to turn how I want it. And lo and behold, it finally worked. And now I realize how I have to do it with a whole respiratory mask and everything. But it worked. And so I'm so happy to share this, my whole process. If you had like questions of like, how did I go about on some of the things, please, if you'd like, drop some words of wisdom or kindness, questions, feedback, all of the above. Down below in the comments section, I will link some of the stuff that I've used to develop all of my product line if you're ever curious. But these will be available in the Crafty Kai Wares Etsy shop, which I'll link down below. And you also see the keychain version and the sticker set is the final notes, thoughts about this whole journey of creating my first cohesive ceramic collection or pottery collection with, I know sticker is just a side note, but I love that it all kind of stationary to ceramic. I love that it can come together like that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kai, the Crafty Kai, and that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.